Survival mode is a horde-based shooter where you kill loads and loads of sharks, snakes and other nasties to gain experience points which get you levels. Each level up gives you a choice of 3 upgrades that are all random. The difficulty gradually increases, slowly throwing bigger and nastier sharks and other enemies at you. Mode only ends when you die or exit. When you die, the score gets uploaded onto a global leaderboard so you can see how well you fared against everyone else. And I won't be putting my ranking on this video because it was absolutely wank. Free mode, it basically gives you what it says, free reign to do what you want. You can swim the entirety of the game because it's all one big map. It just gets broken down into sections as you're playing through it. It's completely open. You can see everything except for sirens and the Kraken. Nothing is aggressive unless you attack it first, which you can do. It's a bit of fun. It's just nice to float about, see all the things close up, appreciate the models and how much work the 2 developers put into these models. You can play around with light filters, so I, to be fair, spent a bit of time doing that. Found a really nice little spot and just flicked through all the different light filters to see which one was the coolest. Personally for me, after the hell I had finishing the game, because it is quite difficult towards the end, it was just nice to come back and float about the map and appreciate it a bit more, because the game is quite hurried when you're playing the levels. Great little mode and it's a great addition. So the story is very basic. It's probably the weakest part of the game, only because there's not a lot of it. So you get a little bit of exposition at the start of a level and probably a few times in between. There's not a lot to it. It is the same old sort of, there's a cult, they worship this thing, people are getting sacrificed, blah blah blah. But for what it is, it works and it gives you a reason to push through the levels. Hands down, the best part of the story is when the Kraken chases you through part of a level off towards an oil rig. It is so intense. Easily the most survival horror part of this game by far.
Get the hell out of there and head towards the base of the oil rig. The scanners are picking up something massive right near you.
Yeah, it's a nice little gameplay loop, very simple. You head to a waypoint, gathering up treasures on your way, and you wait for the horde mode to begin. So that sound signifies that the Kraken's going to start possessing everything around you. You fend it all off, and they drop these little yellow pellets that you can collect, which increase your score multiplier. As soon as they're all dead, you get another audible cue. And then you spend all your treasures that you've gathered on upgrades and new weapons to take into the next level. Yeah, so how it looks, I think the devs absolutely fucking nailed it here. So it looks and feels how you'd expect it to be underwater in scuba gear. You've got nice little attentions to detail, like the little shorts of fish all gathering around the bigger fish and hiding underneath them. You get the effect of your bubbles streaking behind you and rising to the surface, the way the light casts through the water onto the seabed. Some nice little touches, like the little fish around the coral, they all dive back in when you get too close. The way the different types of kelp and plant life all sway with the motion of the water, it is absolutely superb. Well then, my opinion. So, I think you've got to bear in mind, I've never played the first game, and secondly, this was made by 2 people. And then on top of that, I do have a bias for games that class themselves as survival horror, and I absolutely love the underwater aesthetic of this sort of thing. You know, thalassophobia and all that, it is just such a gripper for me. I absolutely love the setting and the theme. I say the game looks good, it sounds great, you know, it handles well, you know, you're shooting, you're moving, it all feels authentic. So the kicker for me was just the lacking story. It could have just done with a little bit more, whether it's a bit of lore you could find while you were swimming around or anything like that. But the problem was you didn't have the time, you were told to go to a point and then the attack would start, and it just needed a bit more variety, a chance to go and explore. But you know, not gonna knock it too much, it's a minor thing. The additional modes are great. I like the survival mode, I think that's a great little addition. It's addictive, it's fun, I could see myself wasting a few hours on it. Free mode's great, just nice chilled out little mode, gives you a chance to go and explore the world without the risk of getting munched up. I think it's absolutely worthwhile. So just to finish then, I really like the game. I think it was worth the £4 I paid for it, because it is on sale at the minute. Usually it's 12. I'd have probably been a bit less forgiving if I'd have paid £12 for it, but 4, I think it's perfectly good. So overall, I'm going to rate this game decent. Thank you for your time. Bye bye.